All aboard. All aboard. Welcome aboard. I'm Kelly Jack. This is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. And this is our semi-transitions. One of the three we have going right now. Or I should say. This is the session I call the Towers Fixit 1969 game. Where I went into a game that I had played before. Chose the 1969 midpoint on that game, or 1/3 point really, and said, can I make the game less chaotic in its layout? Because to do what I had done was different. And I'm already looking at this map and I'm saying I did this wrong because there's some things we need to clean up. And yet at the same time, I don't think I can because of how things came in, but it's still much cleaner. However, there is some dual lining that's about to go the way of the dodo. The bulk of this one over here for the incendiary electro yard does indeed flow along this pathway, but there is the crossover. And there are points where I've connected them cross-connect in order to allow them. Some form of connection. Bunch of other spots. We've talked about this map before, and right now the main problem is rather frankly more visible in the city list under the chart. Why do I say that? Because it's city growth. We have to have a growth of over 2,000. And 500 if I remember right. Matter of fact, let's take a peek. What is the amount of city growth we need for the game to let us have a new industry? Because all of these numbers added together should have come together. And I'm thinking this was the last time we even came close. So let's see what our settings is on that. General, or was it in economy? It's an economy. Well, it's not going to be under the AI construction speed. None of those apply. Industry increase is supposed to be every 2,000. Yes, you can make it more tough. Yes, you can make it a lot easier. So I should be seeing an industry increase. But as the question is that 2,000 for a locality or 2,000 period for the whole of the map? That's a good question. And with a freeze apparently having occurred inside our lists and not seeing any growth since 69, I have to question. Because I know there's been growth. Otherwise we wouldn't have all these power lines out here. But one thing we can do is hold my hashes needs to be connected into the power grid. And let's go ahead and start play. Done with the look around, done with the try to diagnose it. Now it's time to do the deeds we have to do. We're going to put in our item because we're going over And I give it one extra just in case I have to expand this yard down the road, which I may. I don't know. Now we got to try to get it into here. And I think the swiftest way is right along here. There we go. Connect it into the power grid. That'll generate more juice. Go ahead and unpause the game. And I'm just still curious why we're not growing the way Chaos did. Are we serving everything? Here's a good question. No, there's part of the problem. Okay. So let's go to this wind power plant. It is connected, so we need to do the name change thing. And what I do is I just put an S in there for now. I know it's served. Okay. Alright, so this oil well, bad water drilling. Hey, how can I make those windows stay up longer? Two different ways. You can come here to the options, and for your pop-ups, change those kind of messages, the station fulls, to this kind. Which is what they're on. Or you can change it to stay opens. Then you have to close them. And that's what we're going to do for the next little bit. Matter of fact, looking at the messages, which messages are set to... This could be a quick pop-up. Player news doesn't need to be. City news sometimes would be nice to have that way and leave it on the ticker. No route is close it. New destination should always be a you have to close it. Notifications of various things. You know what? We'll see what's going on with that. New vehicles, definitely want that ticker, and we have to choose to close it. Station full. We don't have any of these last four, so I don't need to take and set those. Alright, let's go in here. Let's get to this oil well. Bad water drilling. Yeah, bad water drilling. Where do you go to, bad water? You go to Pete Moss and Brent's Benzines. Okay. So first things first. We could either truck him over, which is what I'm seriously considering doing. That would require a small expansion to our yard here. And I can do it on this end over here. Got space, and I can do a fairly nice setup here. So in fact, I'm going to do that. All right, how do I expand this yard? Well, first I'm going to pave a section of road I have not paved up until now. Yep. Take it one more. Do these little tinks like this. Grab the dock. We're expanding the docks. Ah, it did it as a curve. I hate it when it does it as a curve. There we go. Then I'm going to come back in and take out this one. It's still part of the same system, but this gives me a separation that I'm looking for a reason. I want this to be the node for the guys who are coming in this way, and we're going to build a couple of little bridges. This is not something I normally would do, but this is a good way to also guide our city in growth. I'm trying to guide him so he grows this way, and that we can use these rather rapidly without having to reserve them. Because financially, at 174,000 just for maintenance costs overall, we're getting too much. I mean, that's $2 million a year. We need to keep this down a little bit more. And unfortunately, the infrastructure we're adding won't be generating as much as we would like, which is why I'm going with the cheaper road. I'm going to get myself 2 there. Bring this down like this. I'm also going to do this. And we will do something I don't always do, which is a third like this below that. Now my decision choose point is here. Why? Because I want to have a bus stop here and here. We're going to start getting people out to these locations along this road as well. And this should get us going. Oh, by the way, forgot to tell you, this is episode 85. So that I know where I'm at. 85 episodes were 92. Max Chaos makes much more progress. Well, Max Chaos doesn't have to think about where can we keep it streamlined at. And yes, I could keep it more streamlined by doing these guys by rail, but at the same time, I'm running out of rail capabilities for my hubs. Down the road, I might have to do a complete reconfigure on Mallifield, and that's going to be interesting. Especially given the industry and the hubbing I'm doing here. Alright, let's first get our 2 docks out here. And it's that time. If I'm recording, it must be time to send me a message. Oh. No, that's it. The phone telling me that, hi, I'm hungry. Here we go. All right. So there's our 2. So come on over here to Satellite Yard, which is our closest yard. We're going to put, because of the size of those big things, I'm going to take and set it up as a megahertz bus. And we're going to start at We're going to start at axis stop. Come out this way and serve each of these industries. Copy it backwards. And this is the Mallifield Northwest Workers Bus. And by getting workers out here, this will start taking up our productions at everything too. Train flow is a little low. Well, there it goes. It's starting to pick up. Oh, you could be doing much better if you double line everything. Well, really, let's take a peek at something. Only 9 trains go down, or 8 convoys go down this. 4 went down this way, 5 went down this way. So, you know, you got a 4 back and forth plus this guy coming in and out. It's really not that strong. Over here, this is where we're getting to 7 convoys. Still on a... Yeah, it's not up to it. I feel it should be double digit before you double line. So you're splitting your flow, the double line flow. Ads. Brick, urbanic, timbering is looking pretty good. He's loading at least. We've got to get somebody over there with a bus too eventually. And that's things I've got to take and work on, is expanding the network. Making certain there's more jobs. Making certain there are more trucks running, more functions. We're going to take and put 2 of the tankers out there in the field. Yeah, we're not going to get anything in that way. Let's go ahead and schedule him. So we're going to put 2 tankers doing this relay. And copy backwards using the same waypoints. Good. That is another thing, is you can copy backwards, use the same waypoints. Especially on road vehicles, that works great. Just remember though, if you ever double lane or double, barrel the road or the rail, go to dual lining, you do have to fix those. I'm not marking on this one waypoint markers yet. I don't feel that's as important on this game. And this is the we're going to put 2 of these out there on it and see if this helps us with anything. We do want to have 100% load. I don't know why I didn't do that. And we're good. It's 20 minutes. Hopefully I won't be as rambling. Hopefully the second cup of coffee will kick in better than the first. On next episode. I am Kelly Jack. Have a better day than I'm having. And thanks for watching.